Welcome to Complete Start, Native Instruments' suite of free instruments, powerful effects, inspiring loops and cutting-edge samples. In this video I'm going to try out a few different products from Complete Start by quickly building a track. Make sure to head to the Native Instruments site to download Complete Start so you can follow along. Firstly, a quick clip of the full track. Let's fire up Complete Control, the easiest way to access all of the content within Complete Start. Using Complete Control makes it easy to browse sounds, samples, instrument presets and effects all in one place. So I've got my MIDI keyboard connected to my computer and Complete Control loaded as a plugin within my DAW, which is Logic in this case. But you can use any DAW that you'd like to, just locate Complete Control in your plugin browser. Let's explore. By default, Complete Control will scan and categorize the content from Complete Start. Every sound is tagged by instrument type and character, and you can filter by clicking the tags. In this browser, you'll see the suggested sounds, and you can click on each for an audio preview. These previews are really useful for getting a feel for the sounds, but don't forget that these are simply starting points, as most instruments will have lots of parameters that you can tweak to further shape the sounds. Alternatively, if you have Native Instruments hardware such as MASCHINE or a Complete Control keyboard, you'll be able to use the browsing buttons and dials to quickly skim through the content of Complete Start and load up sounds at just a press of a button. TRK1 bass is a really versatile bass instrument with 5 different synth engines. I've used the audio previews to listen for a sound I like and then adjusted the sub-level performance dial so that some of the sub-layer is shaved off, as I'll be using a separate sub. One of the things I really love about this synth is that it already has a key assigned that will duck the volume when it's pressed, kind of like a rudimentary sidechain trigger that'll make room for the kick when I'm adding that. The second track is another bass from TRK1, and this time I've used the character filters to narrow down my search for a sound, filtering by monophonic and sub. Of course, here I'm really just choosing presets. If you want to dive deep, you can go wild with the different oscillators and wave shapes. And if you want to get back to the original sound, just click here. Regardless of the original source of a sound, you can use Complete Control to find what you need, whether it's an instrument, loop or one-shot sample. For the kick, I'm looking for a one-shot, so I'm clicking just here and filtering by drums and kick. Then I'll be presented with all the kicks available, along with audio previews that are super easy to scroll through if I use my Complete keyboard dial. Complete Control has a simple built-in sampler with useful loop, length and tuning functions. To help with your workflow, you can even drag and drop samples straight from the Complete Control browser into your DAW, and that's what I've done here, dropping samples into a new track to create the kick sequence. It's the same story with the main snare, filtering by drum and snare, and dragging my chosen snare out onto a new track. A quick note on where these samples are actually from. The free expansion selection that's included with Complete Start, a hand-picked selection of upfront, production-ready sounds from the vast range of expansion libraries. For this second trap-style snare, I'm triggering it right within the Complete Control audio player and adjusting the pitch bend during playback. For the hi-hat, it's the same. Find one that I like using the filters and trigger it in the audio player. As I mentioned before, expansions aren't just for drums. There are loads of different genre-specific packs with synth presets, loops, kits, and more. For this track, these impacts and vocals give me some great inspiration. You should also explore sounds.com, which contains hundreds of thousands of royalty-free samples, all pre-categorized so that you can easily find exactly the right sound for your project. Let's add some loops, easily accessed from Komplete Kontrol just here. The included expansion selection contains hundreds of tempo synced loops, again tagged so that you can find them easily. This time I'm looking for percussion. How about some piano? Pitch adjustment and time stretch algorithms can be changed within the audio player too, so it's easy for me to tune the C minor loop up 2 semitones to match the D minor key of the track. The piano is sounding a bit vanilla, so let's add some processing. Komplete Start comes loaded with effects courtesy of Guitar Rig 6 Player. This is the slimmed down version of the full Guitar Rig 6, which is a real powerhouse of amp, cabinet and other transformative effects. In Komplete Kontrol, the signal chain is up here, running from left to right, so you can either use your mouse to add an effect or the buttons of your Komplete Kontrol hardware. Just like the loops and the one-shots, you can browse presets by effects type, character, genre and other tags. In the same way as the synths and samples, the NKS dials will be automatically assigned to the most useful parameters. Moving on, the next bunch of instruments I'm going to use run in KONTAKT 6 Player, again included for free as part of Komplete Start. KONTAKT Player is a powerful industry standard sample player that hosts a huge selection of instruments from native instruments and third-party developers. So once you're set up with KONTAKT Player, it opens a whole new world of inspiring instruments from hundreds of passionate producers. Head over to the Native Instruments site to check out the breadth of libraries available. With Komplete Start, you get the Play Series selection, Kinetic Treats, and the KONTAKT Factory selection, an eclectic range of instruments to get you started. For this track, I've used a patch from Analog Dreams. And use the automatically assigned NKS dials to inject movement by automating the filter cutoff. I'll use Guitar Rig 6 Player again to add some spacey processing. This preset has lots of individual components from equalizer to compressor, delay and more, all with their own controls and presets. I just want to show you quickly how these 8 essential macro knobs can be very useful for tweaking different elements of the processing. For example, the first few knobs handle parameters of the tube compressor, but others control the delay mix and crossover. You can even reorder and replace components in an FX chain. Another fun instrument for KONTAKT Player, hybrid keys. Each sound is made up of 2 sources, and these can be mixed and adjusted with the pre-assigned NKS dials. Again, filtering by type and category of sound within KONTAKT Player. This throws up some fun and inspiring sounds. This is a synth drum kit with some nice filler sounds for our track, but I can really bring out the transients and pump up the sound with Supercharger, another free effect included with Komplete Start. This is the easy way to dial in tube compression, with punch and dirt controls and some really useful presets. Ethereal Earth has plenty of organic evolving soundscapes. I've used one here for a transition section. Complete Start includes a spectacular range of synths, too many to go into detail here in this short video, but here are some stunning preview sounds from Microprism. Laser Bass is another powerhouse synth included for free. This one has so many presets you'll want to use the type and character tag clouds. How about Synth Miscellaneous and Monophonic? Carbon 2 is really fun to explore. This synth has a bunch of workhorse presets, but with some tweaking, you can get some pretty lush FM sounds. So thanks for downloading Complete Start, and now you can get to making tracks straight away, exploring the loops, effects, and instruments on offer. As you saw, there's loads of content here. In this video, I've just scratched the surface and sketched out some ideas, tweaking a few instrument parameters along the way. If you want to dive into Complete Start for yourself, make sure to get familiar with Complete Control, as it's by far the simplest way to navigate all of these sounds. The Complete Start landing page on the Native Instruments site hosts more tutorial videos to get you up and running. So all that remains is for me to wish you success in creating some great music, and of course, thanks for watching.